comedian, or if you're doing something sort of in the world of entertainment or the arts, you need to have a little bit of that in you in order to succeed, because nothing is guaranteed in any of these businesses.
Nothing's guaranteed in life in general for the most part, but you are correct to a certain degree. You know, as you say, it's about taking a plunge, if you will, into your own success and how confident you are in that, you know, because I remember when I bought my first car, first decent car, I mean, it was an Audi A7 that just came out. I fucking loved it. I went into the Audi dealership. It's the 2-seater coupe, and I'm like, whoa, I love this thing. And the guy's trying to sell it to me. No, the seat's in the back, but there's only 2 doors, pardon me, the 2-door. Yeah. Anyway, beautiful car. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know. Am I being silly? It was like £60,000 at the time. And my cars in the past were like 2,000 or 3,000. And I had to borrow that off my wife's parents. Yes. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, am I crazy? Am I crazy? And someone at the time I spoke to him, I said, what do you think? He's like, dude, you're doing well in the UFC. Buy yourself a fucking nice car. Have the faith in yourself that you're going to be successful. Yeah. So I guess that's what you're trying to say, right? Yeah, very specifically. And I agree with it wholeheartedly. And you know, this has sort of been, you know, you almost like, it's about goal setting. It's about sort of mentally having a, you know, I can't not make the payment. I can't not pay my bills. Like, you know, it's just a certain thing that you have to do. Sometimes you do have to take sort of a blind faith plunge. So yeah. How many miles? How many miles? Let's talk about that kind of plunge. What did you plunge into that? What do you mean? How many miles? How many miles on the car? 4,000. Oh, okay. That's good then. You found a good one. Yeah, oh no! Yeah, it's 2020. It was used. It was the loaner car that the dealership had. So when people had to trade, so actually the guy told me, he was like, "This is the one to get because it." They've been driven very slowly, very safely. Yep, these people aren't trying to scratch it, fuck it up, because they're so. If it was a used car that had been owned by somebody, people sort of, you know, they put the nicks in. I saw another one that was like, it had a couple more little details, but there was a few nicks, and I was like, my car needs to look fucking brand new. I'm not spending this much money on a car, and I was going to buy a new one, but even the guy at the dealership who was selling me the car, he was like, dude, you're going to drive it off the lot, and it's exactly this now. This is the value of the car. Like, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it was like, you can spend another $12,000-$14,000 on this car, but just so you know, as soon as you leave, it's the same value as this car. So what I will say this, whoever dealt with Lewis at the Audi dealership needs firing immediately, okay? Because he's actually going, you know, that's counterproductive to the longevity of that dealership. I'm just saying. Look, I appreciate a good salesman. He was good. The whole team was good. Shout out to the Jack Daniels Audi. Jack Daniels Audi in Paramus, New Jersey. Very cool. Yeah, well, whoever dealt with Lewis at Jeff Pramos Audi in New Jersey, fucking fire him, okay? He's talking them out of brand new cars. Do you know the commission they get on a new car? But you're right. As soon as you drive it off the delership, I'm going to guess this right now, but I'd say 20%. You've lost 20% of its value the moment you drive it off. Yeah. In fact, just look that up, Brian or Harrington. What are they? I'll tell you, look, I didn't even know cars exist like this. I had no idea, like, all the little like bells and whistles and the technology that they incorporate into it with the screens and then the virtual cockpit and all this other stuff. Really, really cool. Yeah, no, it really is. Sorry, I was just looking at something there. No. The technology on the modern cars, man, it's unbelievable. Oh, talking of which, technology on my watch. I got an iWatch yesterday sent to me for something. It's a long story, but these are incredible. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I just got a text on my wrist and it alerted me to it. Have you ever thought about an iWatch, Lewis? They're really good. No, I have one nice watch that I wear, and it's not that nice. A car will lose between 15 and 20% of its value each year, according to bankrate.com. Each year. But we're saying when they drive it off the lot, what is the depreciation? Yeah, but because that's what you got to watch. Ideally, what you want when you buy a used car is one that's pretty new with low mileage on, you know, so you get it already depreciated, you get it for that price, and there you go. But still, I don't know too much about cars. I know the ones I've had, what was good and what was wrong. People talk shit about Audis in the comments on this show, but Audis are fantastic. What do they say? Them. What's the negative side of Audi? Well, one person in the comments, and this is true because my buddy works for BMW, so he talks shit about Audi all the time. And his go-to is, what are you talking about? Because they were bought out by Volkswagen. Okay, so they're owned by Volkswagen. Oh, it's a Volkswagen under the bonnet, under the hood. It's just a Volkswagen. So you're paying all that money for a fucking fancy badge. No. Bullshit. Yeah, the parent company may be Volkswagen, but I tell you what, I will take a fucking Audi A6 over a Volkswagen Passat any day of the fucking week, you know?
They say the same thing about Lexus. They're like, it's owned by Toyota, so you're basically getting a fancy Toyota. I was like, I've driven a Toyota, I've driven a Lexus. You are a fucking moron. There is a massive difference between a luxury Lexus and a Toyota. Now, I don't know shit about like engines and all that other stuff, but I was in that Audi. I tested a 350 engine and a 250 engine. I don't know the difference at all. I have no idea. The 250 engine, it felt like I was in a fucking rocket ship. I couldn't imagine ever needing anything. I'm not a race car driver. I'm not going 180 miles an hour. It felt incredible.
Yeah, my mate Daz Morris, he's my Muay Thai coach, but a mate of mine now. I'm retired. He's got both. He's got a Lamborghini. I think it's the Gallardo or whatever. It's a fucking Aventador. Aventador, is that a Lamborghini? I don't know nothing about Lamborghinis, but he has a Lamborghini Aventador. I think it's Aventador. I've got to stop saying Aventador. Aventador. But he's also got an Audi S6, the estate one. And he said essentially they've got the same engine in them. You know what I mean? It hasn't got a Volkswagen engine in it. So shut the fuck up. Parent company, Volkswagen. Car, Audi. Separate the two. That's all you got to do.
I was testing the, there we go, the Aventador.
Yeah, keeping in line.
I was test driving, and I never realized how much fun test driving cars is either. Like, they just give you the car. They're not even with you. Like, go have fun. I was like, really? I went on the highway, dude. Then a Mercedes drove up next to me, and I was like kind of nervous, and he just fucking, literally, he tried to race me. He went, and blew ahead of me and cut me off. I was like, if this was my car, I'd be getting in trouble right now.
I tell you what I like about my Audi over the Range Rover. Of course, yours is newer. My Range Rover is 2017, I think, and the Audi is a 2018. But the cruise control on the Audi, it essentially drives itself. You still got to control the steering wheel, of course, and changing lanes and all that stuff. But the speed, obviously, it has radars, and when it sees a car in front, it slows down. But when the car in front moves, altogether. Yeah, it'll stop, but it'll slow down. When that car moves, it speeds back up to the speed that you suggested. Now, the Range Rover does that. It slows down, but it doesn't speed back up again. So then you got to completely continue to override your cruise control. Then you got to speed up. Then you got to reset it and all the rest of it. The Audi completely, you just sit there in your lane, you just hold on the wheel, and it does everything else. Now, the problem with that is you can get a little bit sleepy. You get a little bit distracted. You might start to look at your phone. Next minute, you're sending text messages. Pets' heads are falling off, and you've got a massive pile up on the I-5.
You're on Zoom. You're doing a podcast. You try to suck your own dick. Your neck is
Technology hurt. These days. Oh my God.
I hope we're not coming off like as unrelatable with this conversation. Me and Bisping, neither of us came from shit. So if you're listening to this, don't take it as two fucking guys who are affluent or doing, better than you. Like, literally take it as, oh shit, you know what? If this fucking loser can get an Audi, so can I.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing. Well, exactly. If we can get Audis, then you can. So good luck with trying to get one. Or maybe just go down and get yourself in a lot of debt. If you got credit, just get it. You can sell it. I got ripped off with my first Audi experience. Well, no, when I bought that A7, this salesman, before we move on into some MMA stuff, we've got some great notes and stuff to talk about. I want to start, incidentally, for you guys at point 5. I think we got a good conversation there about fans. But just real quick, when I bought the Audi A7, the guy's like, look, listen, Mike, you can have this car for a bit and then we'll just buy it back off you. And I guarantee it'll be about the same price. Anytime you don't want this and you get sick of it, just bring it back. Just bring it back. We'll take it off your hands. And there you go. I'm like, what? Seriously? He's like, yeah, of course, Mike. Yada, yada, yada. I'm being young and naive. This was 2007. I'm like, fuck. All right, let's do it. And then I had that Audi for 18 months. And then when I went back and he didn't work there anymore, he'd been fired for lying to people and stealing money, right? I'm like, I said, and he also said that anytime I didn't want this car anymore, you guys would just take it off my hands. And the guy literally started laughing at me. He laughed. I said, what are you laughing at? He said, why would we do that? We sell them. We don't buy them back. Oh, if you want another car that's more expensive and you're going to up your investment, then yeah, we'll do that. But we won't just take the car off you. Incidentally, when I got the Maserati, same thing. When I got the Maserati, all right, fuck it. It was 100. It cost me 93,000, I think. Wow. But it had a sticker on it for 128, right? 128,500. He said, Mike, I paid 93 for this, but it's 128. That's the market value. I'll sell it to you for what I paid. So I'll give it to you for 93,000. Now you can drive this for a year, 2 years, come back to me and you'll still get more than what you paid for it. So I'm like, whoa, you're telling me I can drive this for a couple of years and then sell it for about what I got? He said, yeah. I said, all right, well, fuck it. I just became the champ. You know, I got to treat myself. My wife talked me into it. Guess how much he gave it when I traded it in?
$40,000.
$35,000. 35,000. 35,000. Sold it for 93. Said he would give me that. I did. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go.
Same guy?
Same guy.
Did you threaten his life?
Not the same guy with the Audi, but with the
I know.
Maserati. Yeah, the same guy that sold it to me also bought it back off me for that. Anyway, moving on. There you go. So good luck in the car business. And yeah, good luck. Drive safe, Lewis. Drive safe.
I will. I'm actually, one of the reasons why I like it so much is because it's such a safe car. They have like the red light goes on if there's somebody in your blind spot. Like there's like cool features like that where it's like, I didn't even know shit like that exists.